clone today's video, we're counting down 7 motorcycles that dealers are practically giving away. These bikes are reliable, unique, and in some cases even iconic. But for reasons we'll explain, they just didn't sell. Stick around to the end because the #1 motorcycle on this list has one of the most shocking discounts we've ever seen on a Japanese bike. Number 7. Suzuki Hayabusa. Let's talk about a true legend, the Suzuki Hayabusa. This is a bike that redefined speed when it launched in 1999. It didn't just push the envelope, it tore it open and lit it on fire. Back then, the Hayabusa was a shot across the bow in the motorcycle world. With a 2300cc inline 4 making nearly 200 horsepower, it was the fastest production motorcycle on Earth. It was so quick, manufacturers came together in an unofficial agreement to cap top speeds at 186 mph. Fast forward to today, and the Hayabusa is still a powerhouse. Current model, refreshed in 2021, packs a 1340cc inline 4 putting out 187 HP and 110 lb-ft of torque. It's bristling with tech. Ride modes, traction control, launch control, cornering ABS, and a quick shifter. It's more refined and more comfortable than ever, and its highway stability is second to none. But despite its legendary name and outrageous performance, the Hayabusa is languishing on dealership floor. Why? Rider tastes have changed. Back in the 2000s, top speed bragging rights were everything. Today's riders care more about usability. They want bikes that are light, nimble, good in traffic, fun in corners, and capable on road trips. Insurance is another factor. Hayabusas are expensive to insure, especially for younger riders, who often get quoted absurd rates. Add in high maintenance costs, fast tire wear, and the hefty upfront price of nearly $19,000, and it becomes a tough sell. Then there's the styling. Suzuki made some aerodynamic updates in 2021, but the overall silhouette is almost identical to the old model. For longtime fans, that's a plus. But for new riders, it looks dated, bulky, and kind of stuck in the past. So now, dealers are sitting on Busas, and they're ready to make deals. Some are taking thousands off the sticker price. Others are bundling in free extended warranties or financing perks. In rare cases, you can get a brand new Hayabusa for less than a loaded middleweight like the Yamaha MT-10 SP. If you've always dreamed of owning one of the fastest bikes ever made, now is your moment. Number 6. Kawasaki Vulcan. When Kawasaki introduced the Vulcan S back in 2015, it looked like a winning formula. Take the lively, proven engine from the Ninja 650, pair it with a cruiser frame, and market it toward beginners, commuters, and folks who wanted a relaxed ride without going full V-twin. Specs-wise, the Vulcan S hits all the right notes. It runs on a 649cc liquid-cooled parallel twin, making about 61 horsepower and 46 lb-ft of torque. It's paired with a slick 6-speed transmission and features a belt final drive, something cruiser riders appreciate for its smoothness and low maintenance. The bike weighs just under 500 pounds wet and has a low 27.8-inch seat height, making it ideal for newer riders or those who want easy flat-foot confidence at stop. Kawasaki also made the Vulcan S highly adjustable with its Ergo Fit system. Riders could choose from 3 different seat options, 3 foot peg positions, and different handlebar setups, all straight from the factory. On paper, it's one of the most adaptable entry-level cruisers ever made. But here's where things went wrong. Cruiser riders tend to be a traditional bunch. They love the rumble of a V-twin, the feel of torque down low, and that unmistakable cruiser style. Chrome, big fenders, wide bars, the whole package. The Vulcan S? It was too modern, too smooth, and a bit too polite. On the flip side, sport bike. Riders checking out the Vulcan S often found it underwhelming. It didn't have the aggressive edge or high-revving excitement they were used to. So the Vulcan S ended up in no man's land, not cruiser enough for Harley fans, not sporty enough for ninja riders. Even visually, the Vulcan S didn't inspire much passion. The styling was functional, maybe even futuristic, but it lacked the emotional pull of more traditional designs. Fast forward to today, and many dealers still have 2021-2023 models sitting unsold. Kawasaki hasn't significantly updated the Vulcan S in years, and that lack of buzz is driving even deeper discounts. Dealers are offering incentives like free windscreens, luggage kits, and installation. Some are even throwing in free riding, gear, or prepaid maintenance. If you're looking for a practical modern cruiser that's lightweight, efficient, and surprisingly fun to ride, the Vulcan S is now one of the best bargains in the game. Number 5. The Honda DN01 next up is a bike that looked like it rode straight out of a sci-fi movie. The Honda DN01, short for Dream New Concept 1, was Honda's attempt to completely reinvent what a motorcycle could be. Released in 2008, the DN01 combined elements of cruisers, scooters, and sport tourers. It featured a low-slung body, futuristic, styling, and most notably, a fully automatic transmission. Honda called it the human-friendly transmission, a continuously variable system, CVT, that required no shifting at all. It ran on a 682cc liquid-cooled V-twin, making 61 HP and 45 lb-ft of torque. With a curb weight just under 600 pounds and a low seat height, it was surprisingly manageable. The single-sided swing arm, shaft drive, and linked ABS brakes added to the high-tech premium feel. Problem is, nobody really knew who it was for. Cruiser fans didn't want a CVT, sport bike fans didn't want a 600-pound automatic, and scooter riders weren't willing to spend $15,000 on something that looked intimidating and weird. Then there was the styling. Some thought it was bold and different. Others said it looked like a melted transformer. Sales were predictably awful. The DN01 disappeared from Honda's lineup by 2010, and even then, leftover units lingered in showrooms for years. But here's the twist. Those leftovers. They're still out there. Some dealers took years to move their stock, and the few remaining ones are now going for less than the price of a used midsize bike. If you want something unique, futuristic, and dead simple to ride, the DN01 is a hidden gem. It may have flopped, but it was a rare swing from Honda, and that alone makes it interesting. Number 4. Yamaha Bolt R Spec. On paper, the Yamaha Bolt R Spec had everything it needed to be a hit. It was Yamaha's direct response to the Harley-Davidson Iron 883, a stripped-down, urban-friendly bobber that combined old-school cruiser aesthetics with modern reliability. The Bolt came equipped with a 942cc air-cooled V-twin, making around 51 horsepower and 59 lb-ft of torque. It had a low 27.2-inch seat height, dual piggyback shocks in the R-Spec trim, and a minimalist design that left room for personalization. For riders who loved the idea of an affordable, lightweight cruiser that looked great and didn't need much maintenance, the Bolt checked every box. So why didn't it sell like hotcakes? The answer comes down to timing and branding. When the Bolt launched in 2014, the cruiser market was already starting to cool off. Younger riders were moving toward naked bikes, retro standards, and adventure bikes. Meanwhile, traditional cruiser fans still leaned heavily toward Harley-Davidson, regardless of price or specs. Then there's the price factor. While the Bolt started at an attractive MSRP under $8,500, many riders found themselves cross-shopping it against used Harleys or even newer bikes with more tech, like the Honda Rebel 1100 or the Indian Scout Bobber. Despite Yamaha offering excellent build quality and a more reliable engine, the Bolt never quite caught on. It was too conservative for the custom crowd, not modern enough for tech-focused riders, and not iconic enough to win over Harley loyalists. Today, brand new Bolt R specs are still sitting in showrooms, particularly 2022 and 2023 models. Some dealers are knocking up to $1,500 off MSRP, and you'll often see them bundled with free accessories like saddlebags, seats, or even exhaust upgrades. If you're after a simple air-cooled V-twin cruiser with great ergonomics and Yamaha reliability, this might be one of the last great deals in the class. Number 3. Honda CB1000. Next up is a naked bike that should have dominated its category, the Honda CB1000R. It's fast, comfortable, stunning to look at, and backed by Big Red's legendary engineering. But for some reason, buyers just never showed up. Powered by a detuned version of the old CBR1000RR Fireblade engine, the CB1000R makes a healthy 143 horsepower and 76 lb-ft of torque. It has fully adjustable suspension, radial brakes, a single-sided swing arm, and a crisp throttle response that makes everyday riding feel exciting. Honda gave this bike a striking design in its 2018 refresh, calling it the Neo Sports Cafe style. It's a mix of classic proportions and modern minimalism, with brushed metal finishes, an exposed frame, and sharp LED lighting. But despite being one of the most attractive naked bikes in the leader class segment, the CB1000R fell behind in one critical area: tech. While bikes like the Yamaha MT-10 and KTM Super Duke R packed full-color TFT displays, cornering ABS, advanced rider aids, and IMU-driven electronics, the CB1000R stuck with a basic LCD dash and minimal rider modes. It also lacked the edge and attitude of its rivals. It was refined, too refined for a category where buyers wanted rawness, aggression, and standout features. The final nail in the coffin was pricing. With an MSRP over $12,000, it didn't undercut the competition enough to make up for its simpler package. Now, you'll find brand new CB1000Rs from previous model years sitting on showroom floors, some marked down as much as $2,000. If you don't mind the simpler electronics, you're getting a stunning, fast, and comfortable naked bike at a serious discount. Number 2. Suzuki SV650X. The Suzuki SV650 is a beloved icon in the middleweight world, praised for its torquey V-twin, approachable power, and all-around versatility. But when Suzuki tried to spice things up with the cafe racer-inspired SV650X, things didn't go quite as planned. The SV650X had the same proven 645cc V-twin engine, making 75 horsepower, the same trellis-style frame, and a similar weight and handling profile. But it added clip-on handlebars, a small front cowl, and a retro-style tuck-and-roll seat, meant to give it a bit of cafe racer attitude. It looked great in press photos, but in practice, the SV650X didn't do enough to justify its price premium over the base model. Riders found the clip-ons uncomfortable for daily use, and the aesthetic upgrades didn't include any performance improvements, no upgraded brakes, no advanced suspension, no additional tech. Meanwhile, Suzuki kept the base SV650 at a lower price point, and it remained the go-to choice for riders who wanted an affordable and well-rounded bike. As a result, the SV650X became a bit of a showroom orphan. Most buyers either went for the cheaper SV650 or skipped it entirely for more tech-laden bikes like the Yamaha MT-07 or the Honda CB650R. Dealers have been trying to clear out unsold 2022 and 2023 SV650X models, often bundling in incentives or dropping the price to match the base SV650. If you like the cafe racer look and don't mind the riding position, this could be one of the smartest buys in the 650cc class. Number 1. Kawasaki ZH2. And finally, we arrive at the most shocking entry on this list, the Kawasaki ZH2. This is a motorcycle that absolutely shouldn't be on sale. It's a 200 horsepower, supercharged hyper-naked. It's bristling with electronics, built like a tank, and delivers one of the wildest rides you can legally have on public roads. The ZH2 uses the same 998 EACC supercharged inline-4 from the Ninja H2, detuned slightly for street use but still good for a mind-bending 197 horsepower and 101 lb-ft of torque. It comes standard with a 6-axis IMU, cornering ABS, launch control, cruise control, a TFT display, quick shifter, and more. On paper, it outguns almost everything in the naked bike segment. And it does it while delivering Kawasaki's legendary reliability and a price tag that undercuts other hyper-nakeds like the Ducati Street Fighter V4 and Aprilia Tuono V4 Factory. So what's the problem? It comes down to market mismatch. Riders looking for practicality shy away from its extreme power. Naked bike fans often prefer lightweight, flickable machines like the MT-09 or Street Triple. And the real speed junkies? They go for full-fairing track weapons. So the ZH2 ends up as a niche within a niche, a supercharged monster with nowhere to fully stretch its legs unless you hit the track or Autobahn. Because of that, these bikes have been collecting dust in showrooms. Dealers are now offering discounts of up to $3,000, plus low-interest financing or free accessory packages. If you've ever dreamed of owning a supercharged motorcycle, this might be your once-in-a-lifetime chance. The ZH2 is arguably the most over-engineered, underappreciated muscle bike on the market today. These are the Japanese motorcycles that dealerships just can't seem to sell, but that doesn't mean they're bad bikes. In fact, many of them are overbuilt, underpriced, and poised to become future classics. If you're a smart buyer who's willing to look beyond the latest hype and see the value in bikes that missed the marketing sweet spot, there's never been a better time to grab a killer deal. Which one of these would you ride home? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more insider motorcycle content every week.